How a talented musician was struck down with a virus that left him with a 7-second memory. Real Life is at 11. That's after the ITV News at 10:30.
Leaping for his life, British soldiers attacked in Basra after 2 are arrested by Iraqi police. Tonight, those 2 men, thought to be special forces, have been retaken by British tanks, which smashed into their jail. But are our troops being slowly sucked into the violence that's plaguing Iraq? Also tonight, tagging torment, he killed Marion Bates having broken his curfew. Could it have been prevented? NASA says it's sending men back to the moon for the first time in over 30 years. And the shots that shook the world. We begin our series looking back at the most important images of the last 50 years, according to the men and women who were there.
In London, there's been a sharp rise in the number of muggings and robberies since July's terror attacks. In one borough, up by over 50%.
Good evening. British forces staged a dramatic raid tonight to rescue 2 soldiers from an Iraqi jail. It's reported that troops broke into the prison in Basra using a tank to free the men who'd earlier been arrested for allegedly firing on Iraqi policemen. The arrest sparked a riot. British soldiers were attacked by an angry mob and their armoured vehicle was set on fire. Tonight, the Ministry of Defence refused to confirm reports that the 2 soldiers were Special Forces personnel working undercover. The violence comes in a day when there were renewed calls for British troops to be withdrawn from Iraq. Our senior correspondent James Smates is at the Ministry of Defence tonight. James?
Trevor, the Ministry of Defence here will confirm that it's got its 2 soldiers back. It won't, however, confirm how it got them back, and it is urging some caution. However, reports from eyewitnesses and from the local Iraqi government speak of anything up to 6 British tanks smashing through a prison wall in order to spring these 2 men from their Iraqi jail. Now, if that's how it happened, and officials here do urge caution, then it will have been a significant show of force and a significant escalation. It won't look good. It won't look good to the Iraqi government, and most importantly, it won't look good to the Iraqi people. Tonight, these 2 soldiers, their faces hidden at government request, are back in British hands. The Iraqis have wanted to bring them before a court accused of killing 1 policeman and wounding another. The British Army was having none of it. It was a dramatic end to a disturbing day in which 2 Warrior armoured vehicles had been burnt at the hands of an angry mob. So many petrol bombs rained down on this Warrior that it gave every appearance of a planned ambush rather than a spontaneous outbreak of anger. After several weeks simmering, during which 3 British soldiers have died, today the city of Basra came to the boil. The Warrior moved first forward and then back, but seemed unable to find a way through the crowd, its commander resisting any temptation to open fire on the attackers. These vehicles are designed to resist flames, but this was burning so fiercely the crew inside clearly began to worry that either their fuel or their ammunition might explode. One soldier preferred to risk the flames and the mob to clamber out, only to be quickly set upon with stones and a large stick. We can see again in slow motion how he had to dice with the flames and the missiles from the crowd just to get through the hatch. It's not possible to see what happened to him on the ground. Still photos show other crew members engulfed in flames as they escaped the vehicle. Amazingly, looking at these pictures, the Ministry of Defence say that while 3 British personnel were injured, none of those could be classified as life-threatening. The crowd dispersed as British reinforcements arrived. By the time it was over, 2 Iraqi civilians were dead and 15 more injured. And in the wake of it all, calls from senior politicians back home to pull the troops out.
There is a need for the British government to state clearly and unequivocally what its exit strategy is. If, as appears to be the case, there's now a breakdown of relationships between the British military in the south of Iraq and the civilian authorities, then the position of our troops is bound to be very hazardous indeed.
3 British dead in just the last fortnight has